Marshall! 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 Oh my God!
Let's go party.
We're about to do a tip run.
How does it feel to be unbelievably productive?
Uncluttered. So why are we doing a tip run now? Because
Matthew's just been awarded an intelligent point. A praise point. Well done, Matthew.
But you want to tell why? Because the guy come out.
Because the electrician came out and the builder's been out to look at the front shed because we're having it turned into a safe space. So we need to get rid of everything we can out of the shed, and then anything we can't really get rid of, we're going to have to buy another little shed to put out the back, because that one's got to be clear, because they're knocking down the wall and then they're putting up a timber frame and underfloor heating to turn it into a safe space, and it's only taken 5 years.
But at least this guy's top notch and it's moving now.
Yes, it is.
So we got a few things out the front just ready to go to the tip. Mostly like paint. So most of it's like paint. A couple of old tools, an old TV stand. I've put the paint in a tub. An old fishing box with crap in it. And the shed, I'll show you the shed. The shed is now pretty much clear. Well, let's say it's clear. So basically, this is really difficult to show you, but obviously all the shelving's come out, all that's going to come out. This concrete thing's going to come out. And once that's all out, this will be where the safe space is. So it's going to take a bit of imagination to understand what a 8 foot by 5, 6 foot, that's roughly what it is. And what they're going to do, where it's like this, I'll try to come back a bit, where it's got the door here, that door's going to be knocked out, and the door's going to be centred there. That little door will be taken out. Obviously the wall's going to be knocked down, and there's going to be like a zip up thing there for him. So that's finally moving, but it's taking a long time. Oh yeah, and the door's going to be changed, the front door. So we just got to get rid of tips, take stuff to the tip. We had the MOT done on Monday. That went through fine. We've got to get the cam belt done, like soon, not soon, but they suggested I need to get the cam belt done, so that's going to be an expensive job, but that can wait till after Christmas. And what else did we do? Had the guttering done. That's been done. And me and Amy fixed a new handle on this one because we had the doors done the other day, but this handle was different. So Amy screwed it all in. I got it started and she finished it off. So we've had a productive week.
We have. I'm so proud.
Productive couple of weeks actually.
I'm so proud.
Last week was non-stop. And I found some photos here which I need to go through. That wants to know about guttering. That bracket there, just to the left of George's window, if I zoom in, was leaking because the seals were gone. So I had a bloke come out, clear all the gutter, which had loads of moss in it, so it's all clean now, and it's straight because that was sagging and water was dripping down all over here. So that's all done. So yeah, and I'm selling these 2 bikes. We've got to make room, and what we'll probably do is get another storage tub like that and put it like there to house, you know, tools and stuff like that. But I'm gonna have to padlock it because George will be trying to get in there, so it's gonna have to be lockable. He plays with this one, which is fine. It's only got like the lawnmower and strimmer in it. So yeah, apart from that, it's been a very, very productive week, and I'm back to work tonight. So let's get this stuff to the tip. So with the time yesterday, I didn't have the time to really end the video. I was going to catch up with the boys when they come home. Time get away from me. Matthew keeps bringing one of his mates home, which is fine. But he brings his mate home and says, oh, he's just going to pop in for like 20 minutes, half an hour for his bus. And then like 2 hours later, we're like, mate, have you kept your eye on your bus? So Amy had to drop him home the other day. Obviously, they're like the kids. And we tried to say to Matthew, we don't mind him coming here, like even if he come here every day, it's no problem. but not for like 2 or 3 hours because I'm trying to get ready for work. George is here farting and spinning. Is he not? He's here spinning and like trying to get his thing going. And those two teenagers are lumped on the sofa. I've got nowhere to sit because Amy sits in her seat. George sits over in his seat. And I'm like, this has got to stop. And this only just started. Like, nah, the kid's a really nice kid. It's not a criticism of him at all. It's Matthew more than anything. We tell him, like, you know, you can pop in for a little bit, but we're trying to do tea. Because then Matthew's coming in, he's not having dinner, is he? No. He's just sitting there going right on his games. He's not getting changed. He's not going to... Normally, Matthew's a thing of habit. He'll come home, go to the toilet, because he won't go in school. Have a snack, then have his tea, and get changed, start his homework. And he's not doing that now.
Yeah, because the other day, when he wanted a drink, he didn't offer his friend a drink. And he sat on the stairs, having his drink really quickly. And I was like, Matthew, you can offer him a drink, like I offered. He was like, no, I'm all right, thanks. But I was like, Matthew, don't hide.
It's like, so yeah, Matthew's etiquette of having a friend over is probably not the best. But then he's not really ever had friends over like that because, well, one, they used to share a bedroom. And two, George can't handle a lot of people here. He seems totally fine with Matthew's friend that's been coming round though. He pays no attention to him, and in fact he was showing him his toys and stuff like that. Normally George is not keen on people being here that he doesn't know. Even if it's people he knows and they bring people with them, if it's more than 2 or 3 it gets too much for him. Even if Amy's sister comes sometimes, and you can tell it sort of upsets his routine in his day. So we don't normally have a lot of people around, to be honest, and it's not anything against the people. It's just George is all about the place, and if someone's in the kitchen, he's worried they're knocking his train. If they go upstairs, he's worried they're going to go and touch his stuff. If they move something in the front room, he's panicking about that. So, but Matthew's friend, they've just come and sit on the sofa and they've just gone right on their phones and playing like Roblox. So George is like, yeah, whatever, he's fine. He was even trying to show his friend something yesterday. He was going, Matthew, like thinking he was talking to Matthew because they're both wearing the blazers and all that sort of thing. It was quite funny. But anyway, what else is it? We've got to get a rear tyre for the car because the garage, when they did the MOT on Monday, we presume pulled a nail out. They told us there was a nail in it. And then Tuesday, when me and Amy went out, the pressure was down on like 28. We drove around yesterday, went into the garage, the tyre garage, and they said we can do it Friday. So Amy's going to go and get that done tomorrow.
I hate that.
Well, I'm working. I can't do it. So they could have done it 4 p.m. today, but that's no use because I work at 6 and I've got to be going here at like 5. We could have probably done it, but it would have been awkward around getting kids from school, and so Amy's got to go and get that tomorrow. She's not going to pay for it. You haven't got to pay for it.
Yes, but I've got to...
She's got to go in, give the keys and sit in the waiting room for half an hour, whatever, as long as it takes them to do it. So yeah, we've got to get that done. So that's another 100 odd quid down the drain. But it is what it is. It's got to be done. And I found a camera yesterday, when we were going through the shed, we were doing tip runs. I found an old Kodak EasyShare C70 something or other. It's like an old digital camera, so I've just ordered some batteries for that to see if it still works. Might be interesting to have a little play around with that. So, but I'm going to go get them from school, and we'll see what kind of day they've had when they come home. And let's see if Matthew heeded Amy saying, not today, no one today. Like, just come home today on your own. We'll see. I bet you he doesn't listen. But yeah, boys are doing all right. Matthew's school app for his dinner money is working properly now where it wasn't, which was driving Amy mad because we didn't know. They kept saying he didn't have money and she was putting money on it. And that appears to be working now. And Matthew's up to date with his homework, well, he was.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah. And what time was George up last night? Just quickly.
So he went up at 7. He went up okay, and I thought, oh, thanks, George. Another
nice night.
And he didn't go to sleep, and then I went up about 9:30ish, and he was up with his new Andy magazine laid out, you know, having the time of his life. So I was like, George, it's bedtime.
With a torch on?
With a torch on, and his big light on.
Alright, I didn't know.
And his torch on. And then he just wasn't settling, and then we were up, properly up, just after 4.
I was knackered yesterday as well because it was my first day, my first night back at work yesterday, and because I got up to take George to school, and me and Amy were doing tip runs all day, I was knackered yesterday in work. Really was. But anyway, let's go and get them and find out what kind of day they've had. George, this is what George normally does now. He comes straight home and puts on Crash Bandicoot. Which is this? Which number?
No idea.
Crash
Hook,
Band.
line and sinker.
Oh, the level's hook, line and sinker.
Yeah.
So he comes home and plays this level. Look how good this kid's getting. Sorry, I was just watching. I'm not in your way. I'm not in your way. Look how good he is now.
Yes.
Whoa. How quick he is me at this now.
I'm not surprised. He does it every morning and every afternoon.
It's like part of his routine. But bear in mind, he used to die every 2 seconds. He doesn't now. Is he going to do it in a one-hour meal? Checkpoint!
Hopefully he does and won't get some news.
Whoa. That is hectic, isn't it? Whoa. He's nearly there. Whoa. It's well quick. He's done this without dying so far. He's nearly at the end, look, Neil. This is pretty impressive for a kid that used to die every 2 seconds. These are not easy levels either. Yes! Yeah! Well done! George! Yes! You did it!
So I wish a brother.
Yeah, that's his thing now. He comes home from school, goes straight on that, does that level, then he normally turns off and puts YouTube on. Which is, I don't know why that level, but he does. The fact that he can do that level though, without dying, well, he didn't die there once, but sometimes he dies because he's rushing it, and then he gets himself annoyed and starts whacking the controller and stuff, but it is what it is. Matthew's not back yet. Let me guess, he'll be with his friend, we'll see. But, well, George had an okay day. They said he was totally fine until he got to computers, and they wouldn't let him just watch Andy's Dinosaur Adventures, which is what he wanted to do, watch videos. He said he could do the work first, then watch it. He wouldn't do that, so he started hitting the screen. So they gave him 3 warnings and took it away, took him out. So he didn't get to finish computers, and then he didn't get his choosing time at the end of the day, which is his own fault. He knows there's a consequence to it. They're trying to implement the cause and effect, the same as we do at home. So he come out a bit agitated, kicky, but apart from that, he's had a really good day. They said prior to that he was fine all day. It's just he couldn't deal with his emotions at that point, which is quite typical for George to get like that. So it's what it is. Hopefully, little bit by little bit, he'll learn. If he hits the screens in there, they're not going to let him on the computers, which is totally fine. And no problem with that at all. They're just doing their best with him, so. See what Matthew says when he gets here, He's home! How was your day at school?
It was alright.
Winnie, stop licking him. What did you do in PE? You said you did basketball?
Mhm.
Any good?
It's alright.
What did you wear for your PE kit today?
A tracksuit.
What, the one I bought you?
Yeah.
Do you wear your top on top or underneath?
Underneath.
Where was basketball? Inside or out?
Inside.
Oh, is it better inside PE? Do you prefer it because it's a bit warmer? How was everything else?
It's alright.
What did you have for your lunch?
Nachos and Admiral Splash.
Nachos?
Yeah.
What with cheese on them?
No, just plain nachos.
Plain nachos? Oh.
Apparently they're very filling.
What? Nachos and what?
Nachos and a Radnor Splash.
That's a drink.
It's a drink.
You just had
It's
nachos
a,
for your lunch?
it's a water flavoured lemon and lime water.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out, for your lunch you just had nachos, so basically crisps.
You said they're very filling.
That's not a proper meal though.
Yeah, but there's so many.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like a very
And they're-
nutritious
and
meal,
they're
mate.
really like soft. as
Yeah, but it
well.
doesn't sound like a nutritious meal.
Why are they there then?
They're like a snacky thing. You meant to have a meal.
Yeah.
Like for dinner today, Matthew?
You got pizza out there.
What type of pizza?
Good. Right, any homework today?
Right, yeah, I'll do it.
Why don't you get all that rubbish done, get changed, get all that done, then you can enjoy your pizza and then you can go on your games or whatever.
Okay.
Alright? Right, come on then. Up you get and go and get yourself sorted out. Your bag's on the stairs. Else you'll just end up sitting there and chilling. Right, you're going to get covered in dog hair. Put it down. Come on. Go on. Exaggerate. You could be a good movie actor. Diving like that. Stunt man. Right, go and get changed. And then you can get all your stuff sorted out. Good lad. What are you asking for?
So,
What? Pizza? Pizza? You want a pizza, do you? George? Hello? Do you want to show me Mike? George? Wait a minute, let me show. No, look. You show Mike?
No.
Oh, he's got Mike Wazowski.
Rich Mixon.
Can you see him? Can I see him? So, there you go. You have to, in fairness, he come home on his own, which is easier today because I've got to get him his tea on, get him doing his homework, get him changed. Else he comes in, sits in his uniform and just doesn't move for like 3 hours. So, I'm running this video here because it's a bit of a messy video. It was just a sort of an update video on what's been going on. I am off work in about a week's time, so be able to get a bit more videos done with a bit more enjoyable content, maybe a couple of walks in with the boys and stuff like that. So, we hope you're alright, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.